It's time for Q&A in the Kitchen. It's the podcast and YouTube series where tattoo artists and piercer talk about some of the more common questions that those that collect tattoos and piercings may have. Today's episode is brought to you in part by Skin Kitchen Tattoo, the Axiom Body Piercing Studio, and Death Before Decaf. And that's what we're drinking today. Fall is something.
Fall is F.
Boop.
And she doesn't censor it, I don't think, on the back.
Yeah, she
does.
does. It's exclamation point.
I give her points for, putting F in the actual title, but
It's good stuff.
That's marketing.
I know.
And
It's got a skull on it,
And
though.
as she's listening, we're just about out.
Yeah, what up? Sponsor us a little harder there, lady.
Oh, yeah.
And I was thinking about this, DaVo. Is there some way, when you talk to her, but maybe there could be some sort of discount code to see
Yes,
of any of
we
you
could
crazy
do that.
listeners out there
We can definitely do
are
that.
buying any of this darn coffee, because if you're not, you should.
Yeah.
'Cause if you don't drink it, you know somebody who does.
And
And,
they-
somebody
and they-
who does loves to get it.
And if we're all still sequestered, I do believe that they deliver too.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I do believe they do.
Mail order.
Yep.
Nice.
So just to let everybody know who the hell we are, this is Jack Lowe from Skin Kitchen Tattoo.
Hello.
Wesley Dickerson
What's up,
from
guys?
Skin Kitchen Tattoo.
How are ya?
Jimmy St. John from Skin Kitchen
What's up?
Tattoo. And me, DaVo, from the Axiom Body Piercing.
Yep.
So, what we're going to talk about today is kind of a topical thing, though it hopefully isn't by the time this airs. We're all dealing with this pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking it might be interesting to talk about how getting tattooed and getting pierced has possibly made it easier for you to survive and not contract the virus.
When you originally... I'm sorry, Wes. Were you actually going to say something and I cut you off?
Fire away.
Okay. When you originally brought this up, I saw a different avenue, but it just occurred to me when you said it this time.
Yeah. For those who don't know at home, dumb me did not hit the record button.
Keep watching for the blooper reels.
Oh, there is a big one.
It went blue too.
So anyway, there is a theory that says getting just the act of getting tattooed can actually strengthen your immunity, your immune system, because you're introducing a foreign body into your skin and your body, and so your body reacts
over the long haul.
Yeah.
Maybe that might apply.
Yeah.
But in the immediately after getting a tattoo, it's not. It's
Right.
the opposite of that.
Yeah,
Your immune system's weaker.
Sure.
So your body's working on healing itself up, and I found this from clients before, and this is what I was going to say before too, was that I've had clients that might take a week off from work because they got a work injury. Or they're off for a week because of work injury.
Right.
Or a long sunburn or whatever it might be. They've been sunburned all week and they're like, oh, well, I figured now's a good time since I'm off anyways and I'm already in pain. Might as well get this tattoo done since I'm already in pain. And almost every one of them finds out, nope, this hurts way more. I'm like, yeah, it's because your body's tired of being in pain.
Yeah.
And same thing with your immune system too. So
Yeah, that's
I'm sick. Let's go
getting
get
a tattoo.
I wasn't, and I'm not saying that there's a pandemic. Run out and get tattooed.
Yeah,
I'm not saying
no.
that. I'm saying
I
that
do think
there's a theory that says, heavily tattooed people. I think even Lyle Tuttle said it, and maybe he was the first one. I don't know, but I remember him saying that maybe getting tattooed, spurs your immune system, or causes your body to kind of go into that panic mode, more than maybe your average bear. So it has
it's like going to
an
the
effect. I don't know.
gym for your body in a sense. Is your
Yeah.
body's doing
And eating
lots
healthy.
of regular going to the gym, getting tattooed, strengthening that immune system a little bit versus going in for the first time during a pandemic, getting a massive tattoo.
Yeah.
Right.
Which
Not a
is
good
Not,
idea.
that's not what
it's
we're
the equivalent of
advocating
going
at
back
all.
into the
At all.
gym and then, being and working out really hard and finding out the next day that was stupid.
Yeah, I hurt now
Yeah,
everywhere.
hurt now.
I hurt in
So,
places
yeah,
I
I
didn't
do
know I
think-
had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found new places.
There's a middle ground there. So if you're not a heavily tattooed person who's already been doing it, don't go start doing it now.
Well, there was kind of a warrior
Vice
creed
versa.
of basically getting tattooed in some cultures that they felt like it strengthened them.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's an ongoing thing. But also, especially with piercing, we teach you ways of avoiding contaminating a certain area of your body, which if you've paid attention, most of what they're telling you is wash your damn hands
Right.
and don't touch your face, nose, or other entry points in your body without washing your hands. And basically, if you think about it, when you have a tattoo, that area is isolated. You're not supposed to do any of that stuff. You're supposed to keep it clean. You're supposed to not touch it. With piercings, we're very, very adamant about controlling your environment and controlling what you're in contact with. Right. And I think teaching you those skills makes you a little bit better candidate to avoid contracting the virus.
Yeah, you're kind of a little more predisposed of being on top of something like that, maybe. Yeah. And the more you do get tattooed, or even if you are around the industry or in the industry, that's kind of a pre-built thing because, in training in the cross-contamination stuff, you realize things that just the normal people don't really think about. And go online and you can take the little course and stuff. There's a place, and it's especially a time like this. It'd be a great thing to do.
Just to know.
Like
and you got plenty of free time,
right?
And on top of that too, you can keep an extra eye on your doctor, your nurse, your tattoo artist, your piercer.
The more educated you are, the better it is.
And then when you're not recommending someone to an artist or a piercer that might be talented in one way, but maybe not so up on their cross-contamination ways. And, you can kind of pre-screen them a little better. It's, knowledge is never a bad thing.
And if you get into a situation where you need to volunteer for the Red Cross or something like that,
you're
already certified to do that.
Yeah, it's
granted, we're working mainly with blood-borne pathogens, but airborne and body fluids is what I'm guessing this one transfers also. It's the same thing. It's just it's airborne. So it's all about entry points and et cetera and keeping distance.
Right.
And the thing is we're dealing with imaginary things if you really think about it. Not imaginary, that's the wrong way to put it, because they're definitely real.
Yeah, it's definitely real.
Invisible.
They're invisible things.
Right.
And, people will watch me do stuff, like I walk into the station, immediately wash my hands, then pull the jewelry out, then go through the whole process, and then wash my hands again, and they're like, this guy got OCD?
Right.
A little bit.
But it's basically because I've touched things, and I'm aware of that.
Yep.
And it's the same thing with this. Be aware that you're touching surfaces. Don't, put your fingers in your mouth. A lot of it's stuff your mom taught you.
Yes, like being 5 again. Don't touch your eyes, nose, mouth with your hands unless you've washed them, man.
Yeah. Don't pick your nose.
And Sandy wipes outside of Walmart. I saw a lady doing this the other day. I got to say it. She's coming out of Walmart. She's got a basket heaped of stuff. She's coming out. She gets in a little breezeway where you get your basket and stuff. And she's already paid for her stuff. She's going to her car. She stops and she walks over all, dignified. And she grabs out a couple Sandy wipes. She looks at everybody and she wipes her hands and wipes the top of her basket off and throws her things away. I'm thinking, that's not how it works, right?
No.
You got to clean it before you go in and handle everything, lady.
Yeah, and hopefully
There's
she
no
didn't
good
buy
now
any
you're going
fresh
to put it in your
fruit.
car. Good job. No, of course not. She had canned tuna.
Well,
I don't know,
maybe she
you
was just
contaminate the
being
cans.
Maybe she was just being courteous to the next person.
Be
to
realistic.
use the-
Okay, they're going to lock you up for, let's say, 2 weeks. Cool. Do you need 15 turkeys? There's only 4 people that live in your house.
That I get.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
That
Are
I
you
get.
going
I
to
don't
eat 2 turkeys a
understand
day
the whole-
each person, every meal? What's going on? Because you're not going to ever eat all that.
Yeah,
It's
just
crazy.
paranoia, and you see somebody else buying it all up. You figure, oh well, I better get some before it's all gone, and then it's all freaking gone.
Let's
But
put
we've-
something funny and
We've
make a run on
been
that.
through, but we've been through this
Saran wrap. Let's
in my
make a run on saran
lifetime.
No,
We've been through
Easy.
this
It's a joke.
nonsense
something we don't need.
Yeah, okay.
at least 3 times, and this is the 3rd time. The first time would be the silliness about 2000. Everything's going to fall apart and planes are going to
Planes
fall
are
from the
falling
building
out the sky, yeah.
or from the sky. Then the second time was 9/11. Everybody went out and hoarded crap, and it wasn't affected. And this time, it just seems like all you're doing is you're messing with the supply chain for people that definitely need it. It's like I get my groceries delivered. I'm having issues getting my groceries delivered because there's a bunch of people out there ordering it. Now, what makes me worry about that is there are some people that are shut-ins that's the only way they're going to get it. We good? Okay.
Well, our grip is cold, and I turned off the furnace.
My jacket's right over there.
So just go turn the furnace back on. Just go flip it back on. I mean,
prenup.
Pre-nip.
Prenup. Elite.
Did that have something to do with?
I don't
nip?
know. I'll cut this somewhere.
No, I wouldn't. This is gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody likes to watch
You don't
Dead
cut
Air.
the gold.
What do you
They're not-
say? Go back to the furnace for?
What?
Yeah, the furnace.
Just turn the freaking thing on the round thing.
This reminds me of
Stop. Where are you going? Back right there. Turn it the left. No, there's a switch.
Man, you're clipping everybody.
I will fucking clip you.
Switch it to on.
Did you get it?
Did you do it?
She's
On
not
the
even
left
looking
side.
at it.
Oh my.
Do I push it?
You've never used a
Up,
thermostat?
Up or down?
I'm not allowed to touch it at home.
I'll do it. And we're letting
Well,
her
you know
touch
why? It'd be
All the dads in the world just realized their mistake. Fuck.
fathers.
I have not been teaching them how to use it, and now that's why. Don't touch it. Well,
Fathers,
maybe I should teach them how to use it instead.
fathers, teach your daughters how to use a thermostat.
Let them know
It's
how to
funny,
use
like,
it and then tell them don't
thermostats
touch it.
and
Put a
gun
lockbox on
rules,
it.
They're the same. They're kind of the same rules. You got to learn how to use it before you can use it.
Yeah, I had a friend that his parents not only had a lock on the thermostat, but they also had a payphone
That'll keep it down.
with a timer on it. And he wanted to install a thing that would turn off the hot water.
They need to get
after
little
10
payphones on
minutes.
cell phones. So you can put your
Oh, don't do that.
Don't tell me
Okay,
that
so
Bang on the table. What's up? Are we,
don't know.
yeah, don't
Okay,
play
we're
with the
ready to go.
table.
all right. That now
Rush
that we
Limbaugh.
Wait, Wes, you keep moving your cup around and it makes noise and stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
I won't do any more.
Okay, I was just making you aware.
yeah, we need to get coasters or something.
Coasters.
Some cork.
Some cork.
Glue that, like
I'm
in the
surprised
bottom
we
of
don't
a
have some
toolbox.
kind of merch that would
hear
be
that
in
on our end.
that direction.
I think we do have
we
merch.
do.
We actually do have coasters, don't we?
I don't
Yes, we
think
do.
so,
No,
but
but
we
we
should
can.
probably get those.
Well, you could get. Let's see, what would work good as a
could.
coaster that wouldn't really be meant for a coaster because we have iPhone cases and Samsung
iPhone cases would work.
That would kind of work. You
Bring
could
you
get
scraps of leather.
No
straps of.
Scraps of leather.
scraps alone.
And now he
we
has
don't
time to
have
complete
those.
that stuff.
Later.
Okay.
Not today.
Contact
Yeah, in case-
Wesley for straps of leather.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
not going to go well.
I see. No.
And don't forget,
Scraps.
We were trying to.
coasters.
don't forget his ink apes.
We were trying to sell merch.
Oh.
You're trying to
Yeah.
solve a problem.
Don't forget your
I
ink
was.
apes.
I missed it.
So it's
all right.
valid. It's valid. It's just not going to make the
Yep. Nope.
the store.
Well, I can make coasters too. Oh. I can make cool coasters.
We could get a
I'm
stamp.
not above that.
Well, we could get a stamp
Or
of
branded.
the thing and
Easily
go
done.
kablamo on
Easily
there.
done.
See, now you know. Now you'll know what our conversations are like around the shop.
Well, it's quarantine talk here.
I mean,
at
you know, we're
Kitchen.
bored. It's the Road Warrior edition.
Yes.
So I want to know how
have
long
lots
before we
of
pull the chicken
arts and
feathers
crafts
and the
outside of
football
this.
pads,
That's
and we
what
get
it
the cool
is.
hair stools.
Arts and crafts outside of this is where I was.
Yeah,
In case
I'm
somebody's-
with
in
you. We're
case
gonna have some
somebody's-
time. So
Yeah.
In
yeah.
case
Yeah.
anybody's wondering, Wesley does a lot of wonderful leather work. He's
Yeah.
also made some,
Arts and crafts and,
and
general.
you
glue
and,
sticks.
You make
everything,
ink
glitter,
apes.
and you
lots
make
of stuff.
aprons.
You make leg aprons for tattoo artists.
You
Yes.
could dazzle
A little
with
bit.
leather.
Yes, and he has a limited supply, but he'll sell them to you.
Well,
if you
we
want 'em.
currently are building a
working on
sweatshop
it.
in his basement right now. And since the,
The hardest
quarantine is
thing
helping,
The hardest thing to
we
get
just
is
can't get
the-
over 10 employees. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
The little
Right.
say it.
Cut them off.
Yeah.
What if
Any
they have
sweatshop,
employees?
the
Well,
hardest
and I
thing to
really
get is
look down on the
employees.
Chinese sweatshops right now too. So
Yeah, we don't want to.
They're
We're going to make
reopening.
an American sweatshop.
They're
safe.
reopening now over in China.
Do you really want something from there right
they're on
now?
the upside.
Yeah, so we can finally
Go on
get.
and pop the air pops
We
bubbles.
can
the air
finally start
shipping.
getting
Yeah.
this.
Not good.
We can start getting the electronic equipment we don't need.
What's that?
Yeah,
powder in
we
those?
were supposed to
Oh,
have
it's
some
smallpox.
cool.
We're getting a new switcher, and
On the fly.
that's something we are going to be doing in the
Yes.
future. This is kind of just like a behind the scenes. We'll just ramble for a bit and see how it goes.
Yeah.
We are getting at, or looking at, hopefully soon, getting in an ATEM Blackmagic switcher. So we're going to start doing some live streaming of tattooing, and hopefully have it set
Yay.
up so that you could ask the artist or the person who's getting tattooed questions.
We could
Super fancy.
we could do some
Yeah.
filming this week while we're tattooing just amongst each other since we're on quarantine. We can't
Well,
tattoo in
technically, we're
public.
not tattooing at all.
Well, we're not tattooing at all.
Legally.
But you know, you can
Yeah.
tattoo yourself.
Yeah. Actually, there's some footage that I need to go through of Jack tattooing himself.
Yeah. See, it's
that
a good time.
that
to,
was taped before the quarantine.
The quarantine. And we are socially distancing, in case anybody's wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
Where's the
touch
tape
me.
measure?
I don't.
Dave,
I don't
you got to
like-
move 6 feet.
Oh, geez.
We have a.
Yep.
Well,
I
we have a-
remember like
Viewably
reading.
Do you have your
doing
quarantine,
that?
buddy?
Well, what
Do
we
you
did,
have your quarantine
what we
buddies?
did is we have a kiddie pool in the back, half full of Purell, and we all
Yeah.
just
We just
jumped
keep
in it
wallowing
naked
in it,
together
yeah.
and rolled around
We're
for a
safe.
while, and so we're all nice and sanitized.
Way longer than necessary, too.
Well,
You enjoyed it a bit.
You know, there
It's
was
kinda-
certain benefits.
Except when it got in my eyes.
Yeah,
That
that's-
burned.
that stinks.
That burned.
I found
Certain
every
other
single
areas.
paper cut. Let me tell you. But,
It's horrible to get out of the beard.
So,
Dried it out. Something fair.
anything else we want to say on this subject? Or?
I just want to
And
know
the
when we're breaking out
kiddie
the
pool
cool
full of
haircuts
Purell?
and the
That one?
You know.
Yeah,
Mad
the
Max
road warrior
over
stuff.
here.
Well,
Yeah,
like
the road
I
warrior stuff.
said,
When do we
the-
get cool cars and stuff? I got a truck halfway there.
the best part
Hollywood
is
always makes the end of the world look a lot better than it actually would be.
So we're not going to name our tumors and stuff? Like, what's going on?
I just don't think it'd be that much fun.
Larry and Barry.
Larry and Barry. They're my mates.
My two mates. They don't give me the night fevers.
They're not Fevers will.
Just
I
out of
love
a
that
side
movie.
note,
I did
oh,
too.
I love it.
I did too.
did you guys do any interesting tattoos this week?
Oh, I
been
did.
doing quite a few.
And so did you, and so
Yes.
did you.
I've been doing quite a few lately.
Yeah.
I did some really good
I
shit.
ended the. Well, went into the quarantine. I guess one of the last tattoos I did was a neat freehand wolf in this little
That thing
weird
was
nook
rad.
on the back of his arm. And the funny thing is, he's kind of he just wants tattoos, man. And
Yeah.
he's
He's such a
tattooing
cool
up for
dude.
so long, and he's just got all these great ideas. He's just kind of like, these are my cool ideas. I just want to fill my body, pick what's cool, and put it where it belongs.
needs to go.
So he had 2.5 hours or something. So we were flipping through this little folder he has online, and he liked that wolf. So I was kind of scanning his arm, kind of trying to find a place, and I was like, you know
You
what?
really made it work good.
That
too.
little
Looks great.
Y space there, that'd probably work.
It's
So I'm like, well, we've only got so much time. So with the iPad, it's pretty quick to get outlines and stuff prepared.
Yeah.
And then I thought, well, but if I need to kind of shift and move and do different things with the art, that could take time. I'm like, screw it. I'm just going to freehand it on there.
It looks
So grabbed the
awesome.
markers and threw it on there. So I was super stoked with that
awesome.
one. That was a nice. If it's going to be a while till I tattoo, that was kind of a really fun one to end.
Good
on.
ender.
Yeah. What about you, Wes? What were you working on?
I had
You did a
couple
bunch of
fun
stuff,
pieces.
man.
Yeah,
He's a busy little beaver.
Old buddy of mine from way back in high school. We did a gorilla on him, kind of a neo-traditional, new school style.
Oh,
Yeah, that thing was neat.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
that was
awesome.
super
Wearing
cool.
headphones and giving rock star hands and
Kind of like
Little
Gorilla
goat symbol.
biscuits.
yeah,
kind of.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
direction.
exactly. That's
Yeah.
great. I haven't heard Gorilla
And
Biscuits
it was kind of a fun piece for me
Sick.
because I like new school, the neo traditional style is what I really grew up on. Like
Yeah.
Jesse Smith and
That's what it
guys
started
like that
on.
were like what was coming out big with me. Brandon
Yeah.
Vaughn, things like that. So for me, I haven't played around with that for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Not real deeply that for a lot of pieces like that, I'll just kind of do what the client asks me to do and bring and kind of cut and paste a bit here and there. This one was just a little bit more fun because I haven't gotten to really sink into that style of drawing, and I do a lot of different styles. So
Right.
Yeah.
that one's just kind of. I wouldn't say it's not popular anymore. It's just not one I get to do as often as it was during the time period that
Right.
was at its peak.
Yeah, the
so
late-
it's kind of died down a little bit.
Yeah,
more,
that late
so.
'90s and the early 2000s.
Yeah, that was really
new
hot.
Real
school.
big colors,
Loved it.
very
Graffiti.
soft gradients, and very
Yeah.
small areas.
It was like people were taking like a Tabasco bottle and just like twisting it.
Yeah.
yeah,
And that
yeah,
was
very
awesome.
cartoony, very kind of
Where-
very
If you,
stretched. And
if
skewed.
you have a tattoo of a twisted up like Heinz 57 bottle, if you have something like mundane and weird like that, and like, please let us see it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I want to
love
see
it.
that stuff now.
I miss it.
It's been a long time since I've seen that stuff, and it'd be really kind of cool to.
But it's,
Yeah.
a lot of
To
it's
see some
influenced by
reminiscent.
it's Bob Roberts that did a lot of that stuff in paintings. I can't think of the guy's name. It's he's part of the California kind of sub or post pop art scene. Did a lot of that stuff and a lot of
Was he
Fleming.
like a silk screener or what?
a painter?
Huh.
I'm going to say Bob Roberts, but I'm probably wrong.
No, yeah, you might be right.
Might be
I don't
right.
know.
I don't
I don't remember most
It's kind
things.
of a lot more of that. He was a little bit more in the hot rod kind of thing, but it was done in that graffiti style.
Oh, right.
Coop, kind of
That's ringing a
Coop-ish
bell,
area, same time
Yeah.
I always
period,
loved
same scene.
Kozik and Coop.
Right.
Yeah, Kozik would be the other one.
Yeah, yeah.
I love that stuff.
But anyway.
What about you, Jimmy?
Actually, I've been doing some cool stuff, man, lately. I did I started a sleeve on a guy, and we got some gears going on down on the bottom. It's got a lot of depth going in it, and some skulls, and, anytime I got to do skulls, I love it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's got some eyes and some sacred geometry in it. That's going to be a lot of fun. But I've been working on this Indian,
which is pretty
The Indian project.
The Indian
yeah.
project. Yeah, I got this
which
kid,
was,
Sam.
which was just the tattoo of the week last week, which would be probably
Yep.
3 weeks. If you look through those,
About
you'll
3
find-
weeks, yeah. And we actually finished up the Indian for the most part for now, and started this cowboy piece on behind it, on cowboy skeleton skull with a bandana and a gun. And we're going to add some more stuff to it a little later on, but we're working on his western sleeve. But I got to kind of finish up as a good point on that Indian yesterday, right up till quarantine time. So
Yeah,
that
it
was a
10
good
o'clock.
one to kind of end it on. And I got to finish up that motor. I did that Evo motor. You
Yeah,
guys got to
yeah.
stick around and see that. That was really cool. I'm really proud of that thing. That thing was super cool.
One of the best parts about you guys bringing in your clients after you're done with a piece is like not only seeing the piece, obviously, but seeing the look on the client's face
Yeah.
and seeing how jazzed they are and how lit up
Yeah.
they are. And they're like, just the look on their face is awesome. I love
Yeah.
it. Getting to get in on that little bit of that cool
Well, they're looking.
energy
That's
at the
their
end.
first reaction they're going to get of their brand new
Right.
tattoo of like
Yeah.
what people's going to do.
Yeah.
So like a lot of that depends on
Yeah.
what they get. And
maybe
you
we
look up
should-
and you're like, oh man, that's awesome. They're
Yeah.
like, oh, yeah, that's
Right.
so cool.
Yeah,
and that
they
really
just-
does it for them.
Yeah, they got this cool, just proud energy going on, and it's rad. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Baby's
there
got a
was
new
some
suit.
there's
Yeah.
been some super cool stuff going out this year.
super awesome
starting-
clients being very cooperative with our, trying
Yeah.
to distance ourselves and doing one at a time, appointments only. Like I can't say thank you enough to them for being so considerate and
Right,
patient with us.
understanding.
Like
and that's really what it's going to take through all this. There's going to have to be like a level of forgiveness on everybody's part. You
Yeah.
know, understanding that not
Yeah.
only are you getting screwed by this, but so
Everybody
is
is.
everybody else.
Yeah.
yeah, we're all in the same boat.
Yeah. So
And
there's
if you have
learn
an
together.
an elderly neighbor, or an elderly friend, or
Yeah, shoot them a
family
text
member,
or a sign or
contact
something.
them.
Yeah,
Don't go
let 'em
over
see
their
if they're
house.
okay. Yeah,
just
don't
contact them.
yeah.
Make sure they're okay.
yeah. See what
Check
Because
on
those are the ones that kind of slip through the cracks. It
Yep.
always seems like.
Yeah.
The old guy that lives next door, the Moses
Yeah, that guy's
lawn
somebody's
every day,
grandpa.
and-
He's somebody's dad,
Yeah.
maybe, or a friend or
right.
brother or,
The
You never
list goes
know.
on and on.
yeah.
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 But
Be considerate,
don't
damn it.
don't get sick. Wash your freaking
nice to each
hands.
other.
Wash,
Wash
your
your
goddamn
hands.
hands.
And
no
remember,
pink eye fucking fest or nothing like that. Calm down with that.
And one thing too, remember that your circle of friends or your circle that you exist in, your family or whatever. Remember to that you draw strength from every single one of those people as they draw strength from you. So you're never if you've got a surplus of one thing but you're in need of something else. This is the
Yeah,
time
this
where
is the time to do
you start reaching out, not to see how people are doing, see what they
What
they
they
need
need.
anything,
anything, yeah.
and at the same time they might say, hey, we've got a lot of this if you know anyone or
That
if you
needs
need
this, yeah.
and you
Especially-
create this web. It's going to take that tension down. It's going to create
Yeah, it
that want
helps.
down, and it's going to slow down this rush to toilet paper.
Yeah, here's an idea. Instead of having 20 people go to the grocery store to pick up toilet paper and everything else,
Yeah.
why don't you contact one another and go, hey,
I'm
I'm
grabbing
running
this.
to the store.
Yeah.
Give me a list and
Yeah.
I'll drop
If
it off
only,
for
if
you.
only, but I think the level of chaos that's going on, call it that if you will, but
Yeah.
is bringing people in a little tighter than that, and they don't have the clarity or the foresight that none of us know what's coming tomorrow. So to get that organized and look after people
Right.
is
The more we
really
stick
down on the
together,
list, and it falls back.
the more we stick together, the
so
better
it's
it
really
is, though.
do the best you can, and don't forget that there are other people out there. When you're grabbing 60 of something and you
Right.
really could only use 20,
Exactly.
just
Yeah.
leave it there,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Like how
You're
many rolls of
creating
toilet
part
paper
of the
do you
trouble.
go through in a week? I
Yeah.
mean, me,
Right.
I'll have a roll.
Yeah.
I live alone.
Like,
so
quit drinking the water or whatever you're doing.
yeah,
Like,
it's
you know
like,
what I mean?
It's like I'll go through like maybe one roll a
Recipe
week.
ration.
Yeah, don't eat the ice or drink the water. You're cool. It's
Just
cool.
wipe once.
Just
Yeah,
wipe once, man.
yeah.
It's cool.
Anyways, so that's about all I have to say about that thing.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay, so you've been watching or listening to Q&A in the Kitchen. We're a podcast and YouTube series. We post every other Sunday. We'll post the video version and then the podcast version. You can find that either on YouTube or anywhere that podcasts are posted.
Podcasted.
Yeah, they're casted.
Casted.
They
Casted.
that.
Is that
Are
a
we on
word?
Apple and all that
Yeah.
stuff? Or
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
We're
we're
on iTunes. We're on
iTunes.
We're everywhere.
Yeah, we're available on
Podcast.
iTunes, Apple, all
iHeartRadio.
that. Yeah,
And if you're one of
iHeartRadio.
those people that you have a really Scrooge McDuck system that
Why is
you're
it always
on,
those ducks, man?
like
They like swimming in that gold,
if
bro.
your service provider has like a data cap and you're worried about that, you can always go to the Axiom site or the Skin Kitchen site and download those podcasts directly there. So you can
Nice.
put it on whatever
idea.
device. We don't care what you do with it. You know, as long as if
Share it.
you're making any money, pass
If you're
it
bored and
along.
send it home, the internet's out. You know.
Yep.
If you're sharing our stuff to the point where you're making money, God bless you.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
Go for it.
Make all you can.
There you go. But
Yeah.
thanks.
And this is brought to you in part by Skin Kitchen Tattoo, the Axiom Body Piercing Studio. Almost forgot the name of my own business.
It's been quite a crazy week.
It's
In
been a
depth
roller
before
coaster
decaf. Check out our merch store. We have plenty of T-shirts, designs. These two tapestries that we have up here, both of those were printed there,
Available.
and they are available if you want something like that for your wall. And they come in various different sizes. Also, T-shirts, iPhone cases. I don't know.
And any of the money that you spend on that doesn't go to my Bentley payment. It goes directly back into the channel,
Yeah.
buying Hello Kitty headsets and
Microphones,
and
boxes.
audio inputs that
Yeah.
DaVo doesn't push record on, things like that.
Yeah,
So,
you know.
if you enjoy
Definitely not toilet paper.
listening or
Yeah.
watching
Not
this
toilet
at
paper.
all, grab a T-shirt. I think we've got
Yeah.
some up there like 12
Yeah.
or $15
Yeah.
or
They're right
something.
around
We're
$15
trying to employ a
for like
grip,
the low,
beer girl.
just the basic
Right.
ones that are going to last you probably about 2-3 years,
Yeah.
and then you can get premium if you're really crazy.
Well,
We'd like that.
Which one of our listeners aren't crazy?
They have to be to sign up
yeah,
for
to
the
listen to
channel.
us.
That's right.
I mean, look at us.
Anyway,
All right.
With each
Well,
subscription, are you crazy?
Yeah,
You should
A
get
little
that.
bit.
it depends
We're
on who you talk
tattooers.
to. Take care of your grandparents.
Damn well,
Be
yes.
good to each other. Be nice.
Love
Or
you,
just your
Grandma.
parents,
And
too.
Grandpa.
We'd like to thank everybody for watching or listening. If you enjoyed this, please give us a thumbs up and share it where you can. If you are not subscribed, please, wherever you're listening to this or watching it, please hit that subscription. Click on the notification bell if there is one, and we will post these on a regular basis along with our other content. Till next time, here's hoping all your tattoos and piercings heal with ease and without a single issue. And if you're in the Des Moines, Iowa area, we hope to see you for your tattooing and body piercing needs after April 2nd.
And call your mom. Tell her that you love her.
Yeah.
And wash
Check
your
on
damn
people, even if it's
hands.
just on the phone. And
Wash
wash
your
hands.
damn hands.